Did you know that there's considered to be around 21 stages to narcissistic abusive relationships? From the minute you get into a narcissistic relationship, meet the narcissist, to the end, to the, like, it's over and I'm on my journey away from you, trying to heal and all that crap, right? There's 21 official stages. In fact, there's probably a load more when you really break each one down, but 21. And doesn't that show that in a relationship with a narcissist, there's actually so much complication, so much confusion, so many chunks of just not very goodness, if that makes sense. There's just nothing in there that's wholesome. There's these stages of manipulation that create this person to come out the other end feeling hurt, feeling traumatized, painfully suffering at the end, but yet they go in on stage number 1, and that's the affection stage, the beautiful stage when they meet someone and they see the charm and they see this person going, you're my soulmate, look at you, you're amazing. And they've got the smile, that narcissistic smile, they're charming. And they're like, I'll do anything for you. And wow, we've just met. This is meant to be. Now that's stage 1. Now stage 2 is the fairy tale stage. This is when they're telling you that your wildest dreams can come true because they've been listening to you. They've been pretending that they care about you, that they want to know the deeper you get to know you more. But really what they were doing was working out what it is that you want so that now they can sell that to you. They're now going to tell you how they sell it to you. They're now going to objection handle anything you say. If you've told them in that period, oh, I'm not the sort of person who likes traveling, they'll be like, oh, we can buy this beautiful house in this country. We don't ever have to go traveling. And you're thinking, wow, this person really gets me. They don't want to go traveling either. They got the same beliefs, same values as me. I think we're really aligned and we can go a long way together. And then comes along the devaluation stage. Just when you think everything's perfect, they start nibbling away at the house that they built, that foundation that they built, that you built with them, that you put all this hard work, all this effort in. Now comes this foundational destruction. They start nibbling away. They start devaluing you. They start putting you down, belittling you, telling you you're not good enough, asking you why you've changed. All this kind of stuff to mess with your head and make you feel like, oh, hold on a minute. What's going on? And this takes us to the next stage where we start to feel, well, I better do something. I need to please this person because we're meant to be together. That person's so perfect. And I've seen how amazing they can be. And this is the stage when we start to really develop a trauma bond. Now, some people will get away at this stage. Some people will find a way to be like, hold on a minute, this is dodgy. A minute ago, they were nice and now they're not. So I'm gonna leave, but thanks. But someone who isn't able to do that, or who's had a pattern of narcissistic or abusive parents, abusive family members, who doesn't have that safe belief of like, this is what it should be like, or just has a belief that it's okay to, you know, like we have to help everyone, like everyone deserves a chance, then you're going to hang around and be like, what can I do to see the best in this person, to get the best of this person back out? And that's going to become your focus. And that's when this trauma bond starts to dig in. But this now means that you now come to the under their control stage because they now control you. They now do something and you jump. They tell you to do this and you're like, how quick do you want me to do it? Yes, sir, I'm there, I'm yours. Let's do this, we can make this work. Because you're now under their control. You're trying to fix them. You're trying to fix the relationship. You're trying to get back to that love bombing stage. You're trying to get back to stage 1 and 2 where things were just perfect and this fantasy was being shown to you. This love bombing was happening. You're still trying to get back there. And they've taken control. They have you under their control. Now around this time is when you start to see that the narcissist is now in the middle of the story. It's now their movie. Before it was a shared movie, now it's their movie. They've taken center stage. You need to give up at this stage, is what they're kind of telling you. They're kind of telling you that, you know what, I'm the star of this movie and you're lucky to be in my movie because this is my bloody movie. And if you don't want to be in my bloody movie, you go and find someone better, but you'll never do that. So you better stay with me. This is now you having to accept that you're not going to be center stage. You're just going to be there, Robin to the Batman. Yeah. Not even the Robin. You're not even going to be the Robin. In fact, you're probably going to be the person out the back making the cups of tea. So that's the stage that then goes on to the depression. This is you having to feel like, I'm just don't know what to do anymore. I give up. So you start to feel depressed. You start to think, what did I do wrong? It must be my fault. Am I so stupid? Why can't I just do something right? Why can't I put my more effort in? Or I don't know what to do. I'm literally feeling like I've tried everything. I've worked so hard for this relationship and nothing I do works. I'm just give up. I'm feeling depressed. And when you're feeling depressed, you let people just press you anymore. You let people just walk all over you because you're just feeling like, you know what, I don't care anymore. And to make it even worse, you're just feeling stuck. You're feeling like, I can't move forward. I can't move backwards. I've given up all my friends because they told me to. I've given up my financial control. I don't have a job anymore because they told me to not get a job. And now I'm stuck. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And you sit there and you're like thinking about it and going, what the hell can I do? And then you think, hold on a minute. There's still a part of you that still has a fight left in you. There's still a resistance in you. So you challenge them. And you say, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I remember that I used to be happy. And now I'm looking back. I'm seeing some signs. This isn't right. This isn't right. You promised me that we'd have a better relationship. And actually, are you treating me fairly? I don't think you are. And you start fighting back. And then the narcissist just says, well, I think you're crazy. They start gaslighting you. They start telling you, you are mad. I don't know where you get this from. You're just not who you used to be. It's sad, really. It's sad because I thought we could really have something together, but it takes two of us and you just seem like all you want to do is blame the other person. So they're making you now feel like crap again. They're not taking your anger seriously. They're not taking your demands seriously. And in fact, they're making you act like you are the one to blame for everything that's going on. And this makes you feel more confused. You feel confused. You feel like you're crazy. You feel like, I don't know what's going on now. I thought I knew what was going on. I thought I had some clarity there for a moment, but now they just gaslighted me back into believing that maybe they were right. Maybe I'm just not good enough for this person. Maybe I've just never had self-belief. Maybe I just don't deserve anything better. Maybe I just need to shut up and just accept my life as it is, because you know what? I guess it could be worse, right? I guess it could be worse. And now you start making excuses for the other person. You say, well, I need to justify it because logically my brain doesn't want to admit that I've been gaslighted. It doesn't want to admit that I'm a bad person because I've decided to make excuses for this person. So you start to, come up with reasons why actually it is your fault. So you say, well, yeah, I could have worked harder and I know they cheated on me, but maybe I should make more effort to dress sexier. And you blame yourself. You're just making up excuses for them right now, but this is the best way, because if you didn't do that, you'd have to admit that you had been gaslighted. You have to admit that you were in a narcissistic relationship. And that is actually harder, just because to admit that you're in a narcissistic relationship means you've now got to change. It means you've now got to move forward. You've now got to end the relationship. And how can you? Because you've lost all your friends and you have no financial abilities anymore. And you're stuck, you're isolated. So you end up just making excuses for the other person. You say, yeah, it was my fault all along. And your brain starts to disengage because all of this has been happening this whole time. There's forms of trauma, all these little traumas, all these little confusions. You'll be feeling brain fog. And the front hippocampus stops working, it shuts down, and that's where all the executive functions are happening. So you're not making logical decisions anymore. You're not thinking from the logical part of your brain. Instead, you start thinking from the back of your brain, which is where a survival instinct comes from. So we're just thinking now of survival. How do we survive? So we come up with all these strategies to survive, like let's just blame ourselves. Let's just keep small. Let's just not talk to anyone else. Let's just pretend it didn't happen. So we're making up all these survival brain strategies, using that survival part of our brain, because all we care about really is just survival. Just eating some food, basic needs. We don't care anymore about this fantasy. Like that fantasy, we still hope it might come back and everything will be perfect again, and we blame ourselves because that is so much easier than taking responsibility. And the fact is, we can't take responsibility because our brains have been crushed so much that they're not working optimally like they should be. In fact, we're just disassociated with the world right now. We've gone inside ourselves, we've disassociated, we feel like we don't exist. Some days we feel like, are we real? Are we not real? Like, I don't know whether I'm bloody real or not. I'm just a shadow of my old self. And we go inside and we don't want to talk to other people. We have a lot of thoughts. Now this could last for years, weeks. It could last for decades. But we have all this time now and we're thinking and we're thinking and we're thinking. And then we will get a thought when we start to look back and we start to analyze stuff and we start to kind of maybe get some clarity because the narcissist has forgotten to kind of work on this supply because they're out getting another supply. So we get a moment of clarity, and we look back and we go, hold on a minute, this isn't right. And we start to get some feelings like, hey, come on, I'm going to fight back. This isn't right. I need to do something. And then we get this resurgence. Now this resurgent stage is a powerful stage because now we're like, you know what? I'm 100%. I know this isn't right. I know that I have to do something. So what do? We confront them. We say, hey, this isn't right. This wasn't the emotional abuse I signed up for. I signed up for emotional love, emotional support, emotional being together. I didn't sign up for any of this. This isn't fair. I've been putting all this work in. I'm depressed. I've lost everything because of you. This isn't right. And the narcissist, they're either going to see that you are weak and be like, love bomb you. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. You know, I'm going to love bomb you. Or they're going to try and fight you. They're going to be like, they're going to gaslight you more. They're going to confuse you more. They're going to say you're crazy. They're going to say, hey, you were like this last time you went at your mum's. Like, hey, you've always been like this. Oh, this is the problem with you. This is why you'll never have a good relationship with me, because you can always never keep your mouth shut. And they'll come at you and they'll fight thinking that they can win the fight. But if they realize they can't win the fight, then they'll just go back to like, and you're like, you've walked away. Then they're going to be, okay, well, in which case, I'm going to love bomb them. So they're going to give you everything you want now. They're going to say, oh, look, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to that first day. Wasn't it beautiful? Wasn't it such an amazing day? And we had this fantasy of building that house. Look, I'm still working towards that goal. I've been so busy. I've been stressed. That's the reason, because we had this dream. We had this beautiful dream. And that dream can still exist. We've just got to hope. We've got to believe. You've got to trust in me once more, because remember, without me, you're nothing, right? And I don't want to say that in a horrible way, but it's true. As you know, we're meant to be together. What did we say on our first day together? Let's go on holiday. Yeah, let's go on holiday back to that place. Let's enjoy our life again. Now, you might get then sucked back in and you have to do that whole cycle again. Or you end up telling them to go fuck themselves. You end up telling them to piss off. You end up telling them that you've had enough and I'm out of here. Or you end up having an argument and they're like, I don't want you to say that to me. So then they say it to you. So they're like, you know what? I'm out of here. Knowing that when they walk away, you're going to suddenly feel, oh, actually, I'm not sure if I want them to walk away. Like, oh, I kind of miss them now. So they walked away and they're like, oh, you know what? You don't deserve me. I've got another girl anyway. And then she wants me and I've got another partner. So now you're going to want them back because you're going to feel jealous. You're going to feel lonely and you're going to see them on social media having so much fun. So they're going to be like, look, we've discarded you. We don't care about you. Making you want them back. Again, it's another ploy to get you back, to hurt you. They're not going to leave nicely. They're going to leave by hurting you. They're going to leave and make it not easy for you, whether it's love bombing, whether it's discard. Whatever they do, it's going to be designed to really hurt you. Now, again, like I say, if you leave, then they're going to be trying to pull you back. They're going to be trying to hurt you. They're going to say, well, we're going to do this. We're going to tell your family, you're the one who's lost out. But this is the moment, if you can walk away and you can stay away, You can put up a barrier, you can go no contact. If you live with them, or if you have kids with them and you have to spend time with them still, then you can just go grey rock and just spend literally no energy with them. Make sure your energy switches off when you're with them. Find all that grey rocky method, and you start to move forward. This is when you can really begin your healing journey. And of course, this healing journey is going to be painful because you've gone so far. You've got to now rewind, recircuit all those, your operating system from here, the back, where it's now operating in very much like 5% of your brain is literally functioning. You've got to kind of get it back to kind of get your main operating system back online. So if you can't get your main operating system back online, what's going to happen? Yeah, you're literally going to be like stuck back here. Okay, so survive. What do I need to do? Get back in this relationship, because at least I'm surviving in that relationship. Yeah, I might be hiding under a rock and I might feel rubbish, but it's survival. So in this healing stage, there has to be a point when you go, you know what? There's only one way forward. There's only one way I can get out of this. And that way out is to cut myself in half. Literally leave the old me behind. Reinvent myself. And this is the final stage of freedom, is the reinvention. Because the person you were in this relationship was never you. This is who they wanted you to be. So you've got to say goodbye to that person. You've then got to grieve who you could have been, who you've lost in that 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years block. You've got to grieve that you never, and if this was a relationship that's always happened from birth, you've got to grieve now that I never had an opportunity to be myself, which is now a scary time, because now you have that chunk of life where it's like, who am I going to be? Yeah. Who am I really? What does life mean? Do I have a meaning? Do I have purpose? Am I going to be okay? And yeah, you will be okay. You've been through so much before. You will be okay. But it will be hard. But that is the stages you've got to go through. And that is why when I have clients we work with, we have to work with them for a long time. We have to work with them for like 12 months. Because there's so much to unravel, there's so many connections we need to really recreate, and so much support that's needed. But it is doable. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. It's a journey, but it's a better journey. The pain of staying where you are seems, from the survival brain's point of view, is the best pain to go through. But actually, the pain of reinvention is the pain you should be going towards. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, if this video taught you anything, just let us know in the comments below where you are in your journey. And also, don't forget, you can reach out to us, email me if you want support via this journey. We have community, we have ways we can help you to move forward with this journey.